And so the whole idea about the equinox is the tilting of the planet so that it receives more greater sunlight, if you will. And there's a balancing system within this tilt of our planetary system, within the galactic system, within the universal system. And we've all known that things have been shifting and changing with the tilt in this planetary ascension, in this planetary movement that we are being shifted into. And so this balance of light, this balance of the night and the day and the dark and the light and so on, this equinox is the balance of that grander understanding that we gain light. We gain that idea and that optimum frequency, that optimum light field encodation for us to grow and nurture and begin new offerings to Gaia, new offerings from Gaia, so that we can begin new cycles of growth. We begin planting and sowing. We begin nurturing and cultivating the field, if you will. All that we think and all that we are and all that we know to be true is the cultivation. That's what's within the soil. That's what's within the richness of all that you are, your truths, and why ongoing reflection and path work is usually a good idea, because that allows you to constantly refine and redefine all that you are in any given moment. Because as you do so, you'll find yourself expanding into grander waters or grander soil bedding, if you will. And you're going to be further expanding what you know to be true about what you can plant within and what you can sow and what you can have manifest within your garden. And so that's what the awakening and expansive process is all about. Expansive process and expansive growth cannot occur unless there's action required behind it. And that's part of what are we sowing? That's what we're getting to. Because what I was given this week in a channel, in a personal channel that I was doing for myself, and I often do this as part of my inner reflection work, and I bring forward the concerns and the energy frequencies that I'm moving through and the excitements and all of those aspects that I'm moving through in my reflection work, and I record my channels. And in one of these channels, I was gifted with the information that there's going to be certain frequencies that will be shifting and altering within the timelines that we've kind of been moving from. And these timelines will begin to start closing so that we're no longer going to have the presence of certain lower dimensional frequencies that we've been kind of entangling with and dancing with. And it's been very exciting, hasn't it? But those frequencies and those timelines, because of the work that we've done, because of the healing we've done, because of the allowance that we've brought in to be loved and healed in all ways, those frequencies have been repaired. Those timelines have been repaired. And they can now move on into the galactic bedding and the universal bedding that suits their divine plan, their soul blueprint, and it's all very honorable. The frequencies and the sacredness of every individual divine blueprint. Doesn't matter what appears to be on the outside or the seeming reality of how one behaves, or how a planet behaves, or how a collective behaves. But the honor and the sacredness of every individual blueprint is honored and upheld within the universal laws of free will, within the universal laws of unconditional love. But what I was understanding is that these timelines are going to begin to start closing off, if you will. And so that those that are truly on the path for moving forward in their own dynamic sense of love, in their own dynamic sense of unity with Mother, Father, God, with all of creation, with all of life, then those frequencies will be less and less. And we can get busy with manifesting. We can get busy with co-creating. We can get busy with light. And that's why we've come forward as light workers, to work with light, to gain our remembrance of the wisdom that we have with light, of the wisdom that exists within us with light. It all exists within us in the same way. How we access it, how we cultivate it, how we nurture it, how we sow it within our own light field is unique to each and every one of us, because our truths and our blueprints that we've come here with, the history that we've come here with, the unique DNA that we have come here with is all unique. It's different. Therefore, how we sow our field, how we nurture our field, and how we bring it to bloom, if you will be unique to each and every one of us. But the balancing of where we are at in this moment in time, the balancing of not only the soul fragments that we've had come forward through the Akashic healings, not only the understanding of who are we within all that we are through the ascension process, because we're having greater unified understanding within ourselves as individuals, as beings of male and divine female frequencies. And who are we within our own sexuality? Who are we within our own understanding of what this male energy frequency is when things get triggered, or the female frequency? And how can we begin to heal that and bring it forward so that it's a marriage and a union in all things, in all choices, in all decisions? And that's part of your sowing. That's part of your understanding of how your field can be cultivated in balance and in rhythm with the new frequencies that Gaia will be catalyzing and moving into. And there are various understandings and beliefs about what will occur, in this shift. And I don't really necessarily get too far into that because, as far as what I'm shown and what I'm sensing, there's not one person that would absolutely know the unfolding of how things will occur, just because it's a divine plan. And that's not where we're supposed to be placing our attention, our focus. Our focus is in the here and now. And why these frequencies are so very important is because with the understanding of these timelines, if you will, and with the understanding of this beautiful equinox energy, it's allowing us to come truly to the center point moment of now, in this now moment, to allow ourselves, as I sow the seeds of all that I am as an individual divine living light being, and I create my unity consciousness within this moment of now, how can I create balance through my free will and choice in all that I sow? In every moment of free will that we have, for every moment is a free will moment. Whether at moments you might not feel it or it might not perceive to be, but in every moment, each and every soul has free will. Every moment. How it's perceived and how it's experienced are based around the truths that you know to be true about you, who you are, what you exist within, and moving through the various aspects of your clearing and various aspects of your destined plan and your theme that you're moving within. But within each and every one of us, we have the archetypal energy of male and female. We have the archetypal energy of, what we wanted to learn and experience and grow and gift and receive in this one lifetime. And as we work on all of these aspects of our multidimensional understanding about who we are, we then open up to the grander galaxy of what we exist within. And why this balance and this beautiful tilt that allows us to create greater awareness of what we are sowing in this moment of now can be so profound to what you experience and manifest and what you've truly aligned for yourself in your highest destined blueprint, your higher will. That blueprint that you came here with and how to align with it moment for moment for moment for moment. Instead of, at most often, many still feel as if they're carried away by the frequencies around them. And that's okay. We all get that. We all feel it. That's part of the ride that we signed on for. But as masters, we can now bring ourselves to center point in this moment of now and forget how everything will unfold and how it will take place and what it's going to look like, because that's placing your frequency and your energy in another spot other than now. And your power to create, your power to love, your power to manifest is here now. Your power to heal is here and now. That's all there is. And so today's topic aligns with this beautiful equinox understanding of how the planet tilts for us so that we can see greater sunlight, so that we can take advantage of the beautiful, not only light and codations that the central sun provides us. This beautiful, beautiful central sun that houses Mother, Father, God. But all that is flowing to us through our entire universal structure, allowing us to take peace and beautiful momentary reflection on how we're going to sow that next thought, how we're going to sow that next thread to create brilliance, to create the light field that we choose to experience. And why today's topic is the seeds of loving success, and how you define success and how you define your already perfection. How you define your already beauty and all that you are. And is that not success itself? Success and beauty and love and greatness and goodness and richness is now. And what we sow in every now moment brings forward the fields and the gardens with such rich beauty. An integral choice that allows you to walk your divine plan. And to be it, and to feel it, and sense it, and have it emerge as a profound excitement that you just got to roll with. That's how we sow moment for moment for moment for moment. We redefine until such a point in which you reach the awareness, the frequency oscillation in your core vibratory center within you, that all else that is existing on the outside that used to sway you and take you for a ride no longer either comes into your frequency alignment or it just doesn't bother you anymore. And you just let it go and you walk right through it. It's like those veils that I was shown in that vision. Seemingly invisible, but when you get up to it, you understand that you're about to walk through something. And it can be a beautiful thin film of opalescent energy, if you will, taking you. And you have that momentary choice. Do I walk through into the unknown? No idea what's on the other side. But there's something within my heart that just wants to go, that just knows I should be there. I'm already there. Frequencies on that side know I'm there. As if to pull me through and say, hey, come join us. There's a few particles that are left over there. Come on over. Come and play. Otherwise, if there wasn't, you wouldn't be able to see it, to be there, to have that hand reach through that film and pull you on the other side. For it's you. And that's what I was shown, is how easy walking through these beautiful dimensional films in your visualizations, in your alignments to higher frequencies can be. And how you can sew yourself into a purified and rarefied frequency that feels good for you, that feels exciting for you, that feels right for you and authentic for you and joyful for you. Rather than getting caught up in the drama and the energies around you and feeling as if there is no free will involved. And that's when we fall into the victim mode. Those are energies and archetypes we've all come to experience. And each and every one of us have experienced the victim mode, the archetype. That's why we have them in our tarot decks. That's why we have all of the archetypes available to us, because this is the realm which we've experienced all polarities. But now we can rise to the frequency and say, I understand there's still somewhat of polarities that are existing, and some may be very drastic. However, it's your free will to turn on what you turn on and to turn off what you turn off. You can choose not to watch the news. You can choose not to buy the newspaper. You can choose not to look at the headlines and have it affect you. You can choose to create moments of deep, rich entanglement with those around you and have it be unfold however it be and however it unfolds. Because many of us as light workers have come forward and say, well, try so hard, but there's still negativity surrounding me and I just can't seem to change it. Part of the light worker path is to say I'm not supposed to change at all. I am only responsible for the frequencies that I bring forward in my moment for moment planting of my field. That's it. We offer the frequency. We offer the information. We offer the wisdoms that we know to be true. That's it. Through our divine offerings, whoever so desire can tap into it, link into it, float with it, glide with it, dance with it, entangle with it, fall in love with it, or dismiss it altogether. It's free will, and we love you just the same. How you sow your seeds of loving success, moment for moment refinement, on what you desire to experience right now. I desire to experience purity and joy. I desire to walk forward in my love and in my light. I desire to be a catalyst of love in every way. That's my part of the equation I want to play in this moment so that I may catalyze and inspire and empower those who so desire to swim with the divine. Just know that you are loved regardless of choice. And so too is it us, the masters within all of us, that we are allowing ourselves to unfold within, that we allow ourselves to love the path of all others and wish them well as we wish ourselves well, for those are seeds you are sowing. And I was often, I have been shown in some of my visions, when I'm understanding a situation or I have a challenge working through an understanding of, a dichotomy or a polarity that I'm in a relationship with or an entanglement with, and I want to make emotional resolve with it or loving resolve with it, and to gain greater understanding from my my participation in it, my responsibility within the relationship. And so I take myself to that place, and I allow myself to reflect with my team, and I'm given a vision. And sometimes that vision places me right in the middle of the situation so that I may see that I'm all sides of that experience. And walking through within the field of all that I desire, within the garden of what I desire to create, and the seeds that I desire to sow. You can sow an infinite number of seeds in any one situation, and the higher self of you knows that. The higher self will always guide you to the highest form that aligns with your highest will, always. However, are we listening? Are we tuned in? And sometimes it's the ego, or it's the egoic patterns that we have, or the behaviors that we have, that oftentimes bring us in a state of protection or safety. And we don't want to let certain people in, or we don't want to get involved in certain situations. We've all done it. We want to clear away from certain aspects of energy because it's just not our energy, and we're just closing ourselves off, or we just walk the other way, or we just pretend we're not listening, or we pretend we don't hear them. And we take ourselves out of life, if you will, for that moment. We've all done it. Might be a phone call from a family member. We don't pick up the phone. Or we're going through the coffee room and there's someone we don't want to talk to. This is how we allow ourselves to sow all that we are within all of creation, is it not? We're moving with old patterns of belief and old versions of who we were that felt it was not safe to come alive. And we've held ourselves back, have we not? Be the angelic from within, approaching life in every new way, the seeds that you sow, so that you may create the garden that you so cherish and love, to be entangled with, to nurture, to view with great joy and pride. Be those beautiful colors that shine forth through creation from your seeds of love.